Welcome back to Critics News. More update here. Now, last time I spoke to you about what happened in Imo State the day when they declared those judges, when they bring those judges come out, and also when this our brother here, what they call Koiki media, come out, come tell us say Britain don't talk say make everybody forget, may Nigeria remain one till 50 years to come. So you go better for all of them. Now, in that very video, I said something. I said that we are the people holding ourselves. Say, if everybody that wants to truly, that wants to leave Nigeria comes together, say nothing can stop a moving train. They say, will you shut up there? What do you know? Will you keep quiet? What do you know about freedom? What do you know about this and that? This our brother here, I don't come out to. He say if they fire for Biafra territory, say they go fire their own. Give those people where they fire them. I say, yeah, you don't read. That is easier said than done. It's easier said than done. And they can say it, but is it doable? Can they do it? That's another question that needs answers. While I do. Now, with all these launching of like ESN, the time when Mazen and the Kano take launcher, did these people, maybe like Sunday Igboho or Koiki and the rest of them, where they find Oduduwa Nation or Yoruba Nation, did they launch their own? Now, the problem is, it was the Igbos alone that launched ESN, Eastern Security Network. Meanwhile, Fulanis are also destroying places in the southwest, in Yoruba land. Now for Yoruba land, whether na Ekiti Abikwara, na Fulani Hesmen buy two of their kings. They buy two of them. Nothing happened till today. They don't, I believe, say they go don't bury them, may their soul rest in peace. So for this country, waiting be the reason why ESN was formed. Because of terrorism, when they come, they terrorize Igbo people, they buy them for farms. Mazen Namdekano say, enough, he say, enough. I call Nigeria a zoo. So shockingly, as I was scrolling through the news, now I see the wife of former governor of Ondo State, where they call Betty Akeredolu. Now I come and say Nigeria is a zoo. The thing shocked me. I say, what did you say? He said Nigeria is a zoo. I say, are you sure this woman said this? They say yes. Now I go meet the woman. I say, Mama, is this what you said? He say yes. With her bold chest, now they talk. It shocked me. Even as I talk to you now, I'm still in shock. Now let me show you. Nigeria is a zoo country, says former Ondo First Lady Betty Akeredolu, whose husband refused to hand over to deputy despite protracted ailment. No say that man been there by that time, agree hand over. Hey, politicians, criminals. Nigeria is a zoo country, says former Ondo First Lady. Mona go see him there in case I never see him. I make with the show now. He say, who will rescue this country? Say this country don't go. Who will rescue Nigeria? She don't see him finish now. Say, these people don't corrupt. This one, another Yoruba man will be say, I saw what he said. Now, let me give you the first quote he made. He said, there are those who tout intermarriage as a reason Nigeria should remain one. This is Badadash. I know many Igbos who are married to Americans. I know many Yorubas who are married to Germans or British. I know many Ghanaians who are married to peoples from geographical location called Nigeria. This does not mean that they necessarily have to come from the same country to remain married. It is my view that there would be better relationships among the people of the different nations of Nigeria if each were to control its destiny. Listen, these things are the things I've said here before. It is my, there would likely be more marriages across the new borders. There would be less hostility across the new borders. There would be more geniality across the new borders. We all need just to go for it and break up Nigeria. Remi Oyenye, now be this man waiting for screen. Remi Oyenye, now they talk that one. He still get another thing when in talk. He said, I wrote elsewhere, a Yoruba man anywhere in the world would do his best to raise his children in Yoruba ways. An Ejo man would do the same. An Igbo man would do the same. An Efik man would do the same. A Kanuri man would do the same. A Mumuye man would do the same. And Nigerian. This is because Nigeria does not exist in our consciousness. It is not in our psyche. There is no emotional connection. There is no cultural connection. There is no identity connection. There is no sense of belonging of any sort. Everybody just they do their own. I'm Igbo. I don't want to, come and bring it to our people. Do it for our own people. Do it. It is Igbo. Jonathan left what he's supposed to do and do it for the, Fulanis. You are building Alamajiri school because you are an Igbo man. You are an Ijaw man. You are talking about your region. So it's not as if those ones now they don't claim Nigeria, but they are different. So imagine if Jonathan was building schools in Delta State. Asari Dokubo wouldn't have made that statement. If he come and talk say, Jonathan, they use our money, they build Delta State. No, because Delta is also part of that same region. If he's building Bayelsa, it's also part of the same region. Asari won't have any reason to, say they build there, because they are the same people. But you see, once you go outside, it show you say they are different people. No matter how we try to say, oh, we are one people, one love, Nigeria, we love ourselves. All those things are deceit. This country is not standing together. Now, let's listen to Koiki Media, what he said very quickly.
To the Israel, the Biafra will need weapons as well to protect themselves. And I hope the world will not look back and think that if the situation of what played out when the British was fighting the Biafra, this time around the game is changing over. We will not accept as Yoruba that the government will continue to attack the Biafra. Should the government attack the Biafra, we would also call for a defense to support the Biafra when that time comes. We will make sure that we put everything in mechanism from the media to everybody on the ground to support the Biafra when the federal government attacks them. If the federal government attacks the Biafra, we have every right to protect them and defend them inside their territory and outside their territory. We will make sure we do that. So be warned that if the federal government attacked the Biafra, we would have no choice to defend and support the Biafra against invaders, because that is what is called invaders. So let us all prepare for what is about to happen. We will support the Biafra if the government attack them. If the government use weapons to attack them, we will carry arms to also protect the Biafra against the attackers. Listen to this very well. If the federal government attack the Biafra, we would have no choice to be harmed to the teeth and go around in there and protect them, because we would not allow what the British did in 1967 anymore again in the territory. We will make sure that we send people down there to fight, just as we know when the fight of the Ukraine started, they were asking for support. So the Biafra government, be rest assured that Koiki Media will continue to tell the international community that you need enough weapon to protect yourself as your declaration is getting closer. Let's go back quickly.
All right. When I don't hear waiting Koiki talk, I don't want to enter inside the talk for where himself the Missian. Let me not go into all that. But what he's saying is just the fact. If all these groups of people who wants to exit Nigeria comes together and stick together, nothing can hold them back. But because everybody, they draw nyash, they go back. You all are being cheated in the same Nigeria, but who wants to speak out? Now they carry nyash, they go back. Cowards. It is only Igbos that are bold enough to challenge the Nigerian failed system. Now, let me give you a very interesting part, which I've been talking about, telling people that those who wants to live like animals can divide this country. So if you want to live like an animal, you not use it to rob me. No, it's your way of life, and I'm not against it. So you go and do it, practice it properly. Not living your own territory, then you come to my own territory, you want to practice animalism when I'm not comfortable and compatible with that nonsense. You see, now, if Nigeria breaks up, it would increase the competition among all of us. Those who want to move fast to develop would do so. This is coming from this man who, those who want to slow down would do so. Those who want Sharia law would move to adopt it. Those who want to be an extension of the Vatican, that is Rome, Vatican City, would do so. Those who want to educate their citizens could do so. Those who want to rear cattle, cows, would do so. Those who love Osama bin Laden could follow him. Those who want Taliban-dominated nation would have the freedom to practice it. This is coming from Remi Oyeyemi, this man on my screen. He said, if you love Taliban, because this is what we are facing in Nigeria, somebody who likes Taliban, somebody who loves Osama bin Laden, somebody who loves Hamas, Hezbollah as their mentor, wants to carry that same ideology and impose on me that doesn't want them. You see where the problem lies in Nigeria. But all of us, we are hiding, we are pretending as if, oh, let us continue. Let us continue to push. This country will be better. This country, you are fooling yourself as a man or woman. If you are still saying this country, Nigeria is not getting any better. Look at what this woman said here. Where did she say that? Oh, okay, let me show you. She said Nigeria is a zoo country. Very bitter indeed. Who will rescue Nigeria? What a zoo country. Betty. What did they do Igbo people for this country where they call Nigeria? Only God. Nigeria has an Igbo problem, which Omoyele Shawore quickly pointed out. Now listen to him.
Nigeria has an Igbo problem. There is a secret memo in government that whenever we want to take charge in this country, be careful of the Igbo. Don't give them position. Don't give them opportunity. Otherwise, they will over. For an Igbo man to survive in Nigeria, as it is currently put together, Nigeria must break.
Wait, the meeting you had with Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
You are telling us now that Nnamdi Kanu...
Don't you know what happened, the called pogrom in this country, where people were slaughtered and their bodies and their heads placed inside the train going down south? Even our parents.
Wow.
Tell us, Igbo, in 2024, detaining Nnamdi Kanu against all the court orders, against all the court rulings.
On the year, so there is a very big evil plan against Igbo people in this country where they call Nigeria. So a very articulated plan to keep Igbos down forever. And that is why they don't want the country to break. Because if it breaks, the Igbos will rise and go and do greater things. But no, no. We will not allow that to happen. Those who are orchestrating those messages are the ones going about and the United Nations telling them that, oh, we need a two-state solution for Palestinians. We need them to, have their own state. Meanwhile, in your own doorstep, in your backyard, you have not acknowledged those who are also, seeking similar fate with Palestinians. But you are here agitating for a faraway Palestine that you don't know anything about. Because of what? You love what is going on there. You are looking for a way for them to stand so that they can crush Israel, they can finish Israel, they can remove Israel from the face of the earth. That is what you people are telling us here. So make I first of all go, you get one video here, I don't see them finally. I found it. I want to show you now so you will see it by yourself. You see what I'm talking about here. Okay. So just watch this video. one of the reasons.
Why is nobody talking about one of the reasons why the British hate the Igbos so much? Before the Nigerian Biafran War, there was the British-Igbo War that lasted for 31 years, which is known as the Ekumeku Resistance. The agreement of the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 gave the European nations the right to claim African lands and its resources. Britain, who had engaged in trade with the coastal cities before, made bold their intentions to claim all African resources to themselves and rule over all indigenous nations in Africa. Many tribes resisted the British invaders. This led to so many wars. Many African tribes put up a great war against the British powers. One of such tribes were the Igbo people of ancient Biafra, who are now one of the three major tribes of Nigeria. The Ekumeku movement consisted of great number of attacks and uprisings by the Anoma people against the British from 1893 to 1914. The Ekumeku warriors were bonded by secret oaths. They utilized the guerrilla tactics to attack the British Royal Company, who were determined to penetrate Igbo land. The Ekumeku warriors were drawn from thousands of Anioma youths from all parts of Anioma land. As the war rages on, the Ekumeku warriors defended their rights to live peacefully without foreign interjection. While the British used heavy weapons, they destroyed homes, farms, and roads with heavy bombardment and bombarded Onichado on November 2nd, 1897. This set the tempo for the rest of the war. They fought the Anioma people of Ibusa in 1898. The battle was so severe in Onwa Okozo in 1904 that the commander of the British Army, Crawford, demanded for more arms from the British headquarters to crush the western Anioma communities. The people of Onwa again in 1906 engaged the British Army in gruesome battle that claimed the life of a British commander. Ogwashiuku also faced the British Army 2nd November 1909 and made the British sustain a heavy blow. There were many casualties and death. The Ekumeku became a formidable force in the Igbo land and was a great source of nationalism for the Anioma people. It also served as a uniting cord that held together various stands which were independent on each other in the past. The Igbo were Republican people. Each stand had a leadership that was drawn from its oldest men and families. The war would have lasted longer, possibly ended in a British defeat, if the Anioma people had equivalent firepower and had more allies from other great Igbo kingdoms and towns. But even at that point, other tribes were also facing the British armies on their own. After almost 20 years of battle, they decided to strike with a very great force, and in December 1902, they sent a powerful expenditure to Anioma Kingdom. Great number of towns were destroyed, civilians and soldiers were killed, their leaders arrested and imprisoned. After this, the British made sure that they had suppressed the Ekumeku military cult and that victory was theirs. The British officers boasted the Ekumeku and other secret societies have been completely crushed. To their greatest surprise, 2 years later, in 1904, the fearless Ekumeku rose again. The Igbos are proud and very strong people, and they cannot go down easily. When Ekumeku started their renewed campaign, they changed tactics and abandoned the guerrilla warfare style of 1989 for individual defense of each town. The last battle began in 1909. There was a succession dispute in Ogwashiuku. The British tried to remove the rightful king and enthrone someone else. One of the heirs to the throne, Nzekwe, the son of the last Obi, noticed the plot of the British against him and went on a war with them to fight for his inheritance. This was one of the many wars fought by the Igbos against the British even before the Biafra-Nigerian War.
Honor the here story, be today, don't start. Igbos have been fighting many years back. Today, now all those things make Nigeria no great break because of Igbo man. Maybe if to say na Yoruba and the Hausa, Fulani and all that, they for don't divide Nigeria. But because Igbo man is in Nigeria, they don't want to break Nigeria. Make everybody buy, they don't want it to go. Because if Igbo man goes out, it will become nuclear weapon against evil. So because once there is that separation there, all these other criminals and terrorists when they hear Lukarawa, Boko Haram, this and that one, it go be like Israel as if they show them pepper, they go everywhere. But they don't want it. That is why. Boy, it must go. It must go. Dururi, whether you like it or not, they must come out. Share this video, make other people say they see. Enough is enough. The oppression against Igbos is enough of it. Nonsense.